Hello everyone, welcome to the series on the history of English literature. And in this video, we are going to discuss the historical background of the Victorian Age. Introduction. The Victorian Age, spanning from 1830 to 1890, was a period of profound transformation in Britain. Named after Queen Victoria, whose reign from 1837 to 1901 marked the era, it was characterized by significant developments in peace, material prosperity, and intellectual progress. This video explores the historical background of the Victorian Age, focusing on its relative peace, material advancements, and the flourishing of intellectual activities. An era of peace. The Victorian period was notably peaceful compared to earlier epochs marked by frequent wars and conflicts. Although there was a few colonial wars and military engagements, such as the Crimean War 1853 to 1856 and the Indian Rebellion of 1857, these did not severely disrupt national life in Britain. Limited military conflicts. Crimean War. This was the most significant conflict directly involving Britain during the Victorian Age. Fought against Russia to curb its expansion into the Ottoman Empire, the war exposed deficiencies in the British military but led to important reforms. Franco-German War 1870 to 1871. While Britain was not a combatant, the war between France and Prussia had indirect effects on British politics and foreign policy, emphasizing the need for diplomatic vigilance. American Civil War 1861 to 1865. The conflict in America had economic implications for Britain, particularly concerning cotton imports, but the nation managed to avoid direct involvement. Peaceful activity and stability. The relative absence of large-scale wars allowed Britain to focus on domestic growth and stability. By the mid-19th century, the aftershocks of the French Revolution had subsided, giving way to new hopes and ideals centered around progress and reform. This period of peace facilitated economic expansion. Businesses thrived and trade flourished without the disruptions of war. Social reforms. Attention could be directed toward addressing social issues and improving living conditions. Colonial administration. Britain expanded its empire, but colonial conflicts were generally managed without major impact on domestic life. Material developments. The Victorian Age was a time of remarkable material progress and industrial growth, fundamentally altering the fabric of British society. Industrial revolution and technological advancements. Mechanization. The widespread adoption of machinery revolutionized industries like textiles, manufacturing, and transportation. Railways and steamships. The expansion of the railway network and the use of steamships enhanced mobility and trade, both domestically and internationally. Great Exhibition of 1851. Held in London's Crystal Palace, the exhibition showcased Britain's industrial achievements and was hailed as the dawn of a new era of prosperity. Commercial enterprise and market expansion. Global markets. Britain capitalized on its imperial connections to access raw materials and sell finished goods worldwide. Entrepreneurship. A spirit of innovation led to the growth of businesses and the rise of influential industrialists. Social challenges and reforms. Despite economic growth, rapid industrialization brought significant social problems. Urbanization and slums. Cities grew rapidly, often without adequate planning, leading to overcrowded and unsanitary living conditions. Exploitation of labor. Factories employed men, women, and children and harsh conditions for low wages. Social advocacy. Writers like Charles Dickens and Elizabeth Gaskell highlighted these issues in their works, bringing public attention to the plight of the poor. Legislative responses. Reformers and social activists, including figures like Lord Shaftesbury and Charles Kingsley, advocated for laws to improve labor conditions, reduce working hours, and extend voting rights. Intellectual developments. The Victorian Age was a period of rich intellectual activity marked by significant advancements in science, philosophy, and education. Scientific revolution. Charles Darwin. His publication of On the Origin of Species in 1859 introduced the theory of evolution by natural selection, challenging traditional beliefs and sparking widespread debate. Advancements in medicine and technology. Innovations improved public health and contributed to longer life expectancy. Philosophical and social thought. Utilitarianism. Philosophers like Jeremy Bentham and John Stuart Mill promoted utilitarianism, the idea that actions are right if they promote the greatest happiness for the greatest number. Herbert Spencer. He applied evolutionary theory to sociology and ethics, coining the phrase survival of the fittest. Social and political theorizing. There was an outpouring of ideas on how society should be organized, addressing issues like democracy, individual liberty, and social justice. Education and literacy. Expansion of education. The Elementary Education Act of 1870 laid the foundation for compulsory education for children aged 5 to 12. Growth of literacy. Increased access to education led to a more literate population with an appetite for reading. Proliferation of literature and press. The demand for books, newspapers, and periodicals grew, contributing to a vibrant literary culture. Women's education. Opportunities for women's education improved, leading to greater participation in intellectual and professional spheres. Conclusion. The Victorian Age was a complex and transformative period in British history. Its relative peace allowed for focus on domestic growth, while material developments brought both prosperity and challenges. Industrialization spurred economic expansion but also highlighted social inequalities that demanded reform. Intellectually, the era was dynamic, with groundbreaking scientific discoveries and philosophical ideas that questioned established norms and reshaped society. The legacy of the Victorian Age is evident in the modern world's industrial base, social structures, and intellectual foundations. Its blend of progress and reform set the stage for the advancements of the 20th century, making it a pivotal epoch in the narrative of British and global history. So this was the discussion on the historical background of Victorian era. We will meet in the next video and discuss some other topic. Until then, goodbye and thank you.